We meet Katie, who was singing her little sad song, and because her mom and her have little respect for their life, they're living in a random tent in the middle of a field in Kenya. Katie's mom approaches her and she's like, guess what? We're going to the US. I got a job offer. He's like, OMG, I get to be free. I've never seen somebody this excited to go to high school. But she's packing her bag. She grabs 0 clothing. She grabs a random fucking chocolate bar. And no, she doesn't grab the box of the bars. She just grabs 1 bar. They arrive in the US. She's in school. She's having her little sing song. Everybody's dancing and swinging around like animals. And watch this. Just watch this. This little fucking bitch bumps into Katie and she's like, move, bitch. Are my eyes deceiving me? Or did this little loser have space to keep walking straight like everybody else before her? Like, Katie enters her first class and this fucking dude puts his foot up on the table to kiss some random kid. Who the fuck puts their foot on a fucking table and then starts kissing in the middle of class? Because there's no seats left, instead of the teacher giving Katie a seat, you know what she does? She just sits on the fucking floor. So I guess this is what we have. We have people dancing around. We have people who can't walk in a straight line. And then we have gay dudes kissing in the middle of the classroom with their feet on tables. And people sitting on the floor because there's no fucking chairs or tables in this fucking school. In French class, this black guy decides his name is gonna be Beyonce. Sex ed class, Katie tries to go to the toilet, but he says no. And then he's like, you need the sperm whale pass to go to the toilet. First of all, that has to be inappropriate. What type of teacher says that shit? And then, because he's a fucking asshole, she asks again politely and he's like, no. We're at lunch. Katie has no friends to sit with, so she goes to the toilet to go eat by herself. I always found it weird that in movies, people go to the toilet to go eat, because can you not smell the shit? Janice and Beyonce decide to go help Katie out, so they enter the toilet. They decide they're going to introduce Katie to everybody in the school, all the types of groups and what group she wants to join. So they tell Katie about all the groups in the school, the jocks, the nerdy freaks, and by freaks, I don't mean like they're weirdos, I mean like they're freaky. All of a sudden, this was kind of an underwhelming entrance, but you know, the queen bee of the school walks in and everybody's like, oh my god. But she starts singing this terrible song. She's like, my name is Regina George and I'm a whore. And then they call Katie over to their table and they're like, you want to sit with us for the rest of the week? Meets Aaron. We get a song that we never asked for where she's talking about how she's great at maths but she's terrible with love. But now that she's met Aaron for the first time, she's in love. This bitch is fucking crazy. You just met this guy. So then at lunch she tells Gretchen and Karen and they're like, oh my god, no, you cannot go for that guy. That's Regina's ex. And Gretchen's all like, listen, I'm not gonna tell your secret, girl, but you can't go for him. Then Regina invites Katie over to her house. Katie reports everything back to Janice and Damien. She goes over to Regina's house and then we see the burn book. They start talking about everybody in the burn book, chatting shit, whatnot. We found that the reason why Regina and Janice don't get along is because Janice was obsessed with Regina and she's a lesbian obsessed bitch. Allegedly. Regina calls Gretchen annoying. Gretchen gets offended, starts crying about it, you know, singing about her experiences with Regina. You know, Gretchen, maybe you are annoying. Have you ever considered that? The next day, Katie's reporting her several failed attempts to talk to Aaron, to Damien, and Janice. Aaron actually invites Katie to the Halloween party, so yeah, go Katie. We're now at the Halloween party and Katie actually comes to the Halloween party dressed like she's supposed to because it's fucking Halloween. Gretchen being Gretchen ends up telling Regina that Katie actually likes Aaron. Karen produced the best scene in this whole movie. She's singing her little song. Why the fuck is this bitch twerking on my face? Majority of the songs in this movie are actually but in this song, shit. Oh, she pushed Gretchen out her fucking way and she started popping her shit. Tell you, I was like, oh. Regina tells Katie, oh, I'm gonna help Aaron and you get together. She gets her little breakthrough song and she's like, oh my god, even though I cheated on you, you hurt my feeling. Then her and Aaron end up kissing and Katie's all like, oh my god. Katie tells Damien and Janice everything that happened at the party. So they end up telling her the full story with what happened with Janice and Regina, and we found out that Regina actually lied and acted like Janice was obsessed with her, but she actually wasn't obsessed with her, and she started spreading rumors that Janice was a lesbian bitch. But Janice was like, I'm not talking about my sexuality, but I'm not obsessed with you. I might be gay. The point is I'm not obsessed with you, which I would actually argue because Janice seems pretty obsessed with her this whole fucking movie. On top of that, they end up coming up with a plan to push Regina to her downfall. So we started sabotaging by Katie giving Regina this bar she got from Kenya, which is actually meant to help you gain weight, but she told Regina that it's gonna help her lose weight. So she's getting Regina big and buff. Answer me this, Katie, because I remember that first scene, you took 1 bar. So why are you telling Regina that you're gonna give her plenty of bars? Who were you trying to trick in that first scene? I knew your fat ass went back for more of those bars. You're not fucking slick, bitch. The second sabotage was this terrible plan where they spray water on her and then she just like flips her hair with her eyeliner. What's the word? Fuck. You know what I'm trying to say, right? And then everybody at school is like, yeah, honestly, she kind of ate it up. So then they have their little meeting and they're like, we need to do better. I think Katie is a fucking cook. Look at the way she is looking and staring this man down, kissing Regina. This girl is crazy. First she took that 1 bar, now she's eyeing this man down to the fucking ground. She makes Gretchen jealous. Gretchen ends up being like, oh, so you're Regina's best friend now. She ends up finding that Regina's actually cheating on Aaron. So then you know what she does? She goes to tell Aaron. So Aaron's like, what? The girl that cheated on me before is cheating on me again? What? And she's just there eyeing him like a stalker. Her teacher confronts her math teacher, and she's like, girl, I know you're failing these tests on purpose because you're attracted to Aaron and you want that man. Katie, for some reason, gets really offended by this. So then she writes in the burn book about her teacher. Anyways, yeah. They're not having their Christmas performance. So they're about to do this dance, and because Regina's fat ass is gaining weight, they try to do this little gymnastic stunt, but Regina's big ass falls to the floor and everybody is like laughing at her, taking videos. It goes viral. They have a Regina challenge. And then Dance Moms. Wait. And Regina goes to school the next day and she's wearing sweatpants. Yeah. She goes to the table and Gretchen's all like, you're wearing sweatpants. You can't sit with us. And she's like, but these are the only clothes that fit me. I'm becoming a fat bitch. What do you want me to do? Katie is meant to go on the show with her mom, but she's also meant to go on the show with Damien and Janice. But she's like, fuck all that shit. I'm obsessed with this guy. So you know what I'm going to do? A small gathering so I can hang out with this guy who has shown no interest in me whatsoever. She cancels her day with her mom by crying and throwing a tantrum like a little bitch. And then she invites Aaron. It turns out to be a party. They break her mom's precious Kenyan vase. Regina ends up finding out that those bars actually make her gain weight. So she's like screaming her eyes out like a fucking villain. Then she finds Aaron and she's like, oh, you know, I'm actually good at maths. I was lying about all that type of stuff. It's because Regina basically had Aaron on her leash and she wasn't fucking lying. But I guess Aaron doesn't like people telling him the truth. Wait, pause. This girl's breath must stink because look at the way he's pushing back. So he walks out of there and starts crying and she starts chasing after him because she's like, no, please come back. Regina is singing another evil song like, I'm Regina George and I'm a fucking whore. This picture is actually so terrible. Like, who thought this picture was cute? Then she goes up to school. Hold up. Wait a fucking minute, because I swear she told us that the sweatpants were the only thing that fit her. But she's not wearing sweatpants here. So you're telling me everything could have been avoided if she just didn't wear those sweatpants? But she wanted to be a lazy bitch, so she chose to wear sweatpants even though those were against the fucking rules? She decides that she's going to drop the burn book to the floor dramatically instead of just putting it down like a normal person. Morning time, somebody picks it up, start reading it, and they're all like flabbergasted, and they start spreading everything everywhere, and Regina's acting like she's a victim even though she's not a victim, and everybody starts fighting. School is like just going down. Everybody's beating each other up. So then they have to have a meeting, and they're all like, girls, we all need to be friends, and everybody come up here and have a speech and apologize to whatever you've done to anyone. Instead of Janice like being mature and apologizing, she decides that she's gonna expose everything her and Katie did. She's gonna sing about it, like all happy and stuff. Katie and Regina start arguing, and oh my god, when is this bitch gonna get hit by a fucking bus? And then, oh, finally. Okay. And then she's in the hospital or something. Then Katie admits to writing about her teacher in the burn book, and then she gets suspended for like 2 weeks. So she's back in school after her 2-week suspension, and her teacher's like, you know what, since you're failing math, you should join the maths competition. I don't know what it's fucking called, and I don't care to go check. She joins the math competition while everybody's getting ready for prom. Sorry. Anyways, then they win the maths competition and they go to prom. Yay! Woo! They're at prom. She's dressed, and then she and Regina meet in the bathroom and in the toilet, and they actually apologize to each other. She gives her little speech, which nobody fucking asked for, but she starts apologizing to everybody, and she's like, guys, I'm so sorry for everything I've done. I've been a terrible person, and everybody just forgives her because I guess she's the main character, which is why she won prom queen. Everybody starts dancing and having fun. Okay, thanks for watching. Okay.